We tried to tell them it was coming, but unfortunately, our warnings fell on deaf ears. So now, it's up to us. While I know that we're up against one of the most feared officers in the Empire, I also know that you guys are up to the task. So let's go. We've got a city to save.
These pea-brained furballs have no idea what's coming. I'm about to go down in history as the greatest hero the Empire's ever seen. And I only gotta burn down one single little city to do it. So get ready, boys. We're about to have ourselves a barbecue.
Cloud Scratcher, join the adventure on Indiegogo.
Oh, wow.
There's the trailer.
Yeah, that was really good. Yeah, it's not often that we get to see an animated one. It's
Yes, that was made in 2 weeks on no budget, so I think it turned out pretty good.
wow. Only took you 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, I didn't do it. The guys at Vivid put it together.
Oh, okay. So the Vivid folks did it. Yeah, we had them on a while back, and they had a very impressive campaign. That was cool. That was like, wow.
Yeah, they're my publisher. They're publishing this venture, and they are taking care of the campaign, like the logistics and the dirty work, so I can focus on just making the pretty pictures for it.
Oh, okay.
So I do appreciate their work on that. And hello to everybody watching the stream, watching the VOD. Howdy.
I'll bring this up here. Yeah.
This is
hello.
me. That's what I look like. I'm Cody. I do Cloud Scratcher. I got Cloud Scratcher on Indiegogo. And right now, while it is concluded, we are on in demand because we did hit our goal and climbing. And the in demand will end when we begin printing. So if you like what you're about to see on this here stream, then you want to run over and get it now while you can, while the getting's still good.
Oh, and you're only one away from Magic 69 right there. Yeah, I was. It would have been good to have you on the morning one because I think it would have fit the theme better. This seems like it looks like something you'd see on a morning cartoon show.
Yeah, it's the Cloud Scratcher. It's heavily inspired by 90s animation. Like basically, it's just trying to make a comic in the style of the cartoons I grew up with back in the day. So it's very much like a Saturday morning cartoon. Very Disney afternoon, very Don Bluth, with a little mix of stuff like Bucky O'Hare, SWAT Cats, that kind of stuff. So I'd learn a whole new art style for it, just because this is not normally how I draw, but that's how cartoons look back in the day. Actually, if you look at my avatar, this is how I normally draw. But that's how cartoons look back in the day, so I had to learn how to draw it because I wanted to make this thing. Originally, it was just sort of a side project. I was pitching some other comics to publishers, and I was doing this on the side, like as a web comic. And then this grew an audience, and so I made an Indiegogo for this one, and here we are.
Okay, so have you done other books then?
Well, I did one that it didn't end up getting funded. I ran it was my first campaign ever. Didn't really know what I was doing.
Right.
So I do want to try that one again with like a better campaign. And then there are other ones I just sent to like publishers like Image and Dark Horse and stuff like that, and some smaller ones too. And they didn't get picked up. So, but while I was mailing those out, I was working on Cloud Scratcher as like a side project, just as a person, because I figured this was too niche. 90s cartoon comic might be a little too niche to sell to a publisher. Right. So it was just something I wanted to do for my inner child, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, there is a lot of people who love that time period,
Yeah.
So I think there's an audience for it, certainly.
I mean, certainly, because we got the funding, so
yeah.
I guess that proved there's an audience for it.
Yeah.
But I want to make something that kid me would have seen on TV and thought was the coolest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like there are elements I made specifically to appeal to me because when I was a kid, see, my favorite animals are snakes. And I was always annoyed, you know, you got all these characters based on animals and Disney cartoons and like all the other stuff. But there's like barely any snakes. It's like, where are all the snakes at? So when I made my own, I made the snakes a major part of the story. They're the Empire. They're the bad guys. And there's good snakes, but that's like their country is the Empire.
Mhm.
So like that was straight up just like, hey, kid me, here you go. If I could go back at times, you wanted snakes, I gave you snakes.
Yeah, so we got the good guys and the bad ones. Oh,
Oh.
gosh dang it, I forgot to turn my phone off. Every time I forget to, and then it's like, bing.
It'll remind you.
Yeah, it's like, hey, you got spam calls coming.
No, it's a totally legitimate call about your car's warranty.
Yeah, no, yeah. It'll be like, oh, you need car insurance. I'm like, I don't own a car. Oh my! But we got Hex Allen in the chat with us. He says, "Good evening, good evening."
What's up, Hex?
And we got Alan, Aaron. What are you doing, Aaron? I never see you anymore, and then you creep into my evening show. Oh my! But yeah, I do really like that. I can tell. What was it? Yeah, I think Vivid reached out to me about having you on,
Yeah.
and I was like, wow, yeah, this does looks up like something Vivid would put out based on their previous, what they showed me before.
Because it has animal
look.
Oh no, I know what you mean. It has animal characters. Vivid makes furry comics. So yeah,
Yeah, everybody there for a while I was getting a lot of anthropomorphic style books on the show. So of course everybody was making furry comments, and I was like, "Oh great, here we go, another one. They're gonna give me hell again."
You can't do anthropomorphic characters anymore without the whole internet yelling furry. It's just part of the internet culture now. We're stuck with it. You just sort of you go in knowing that. Like I sat on this comic like after I came up with it. I sat on it for like 7 years because it was that furry stigma. I was like, I really want to make this, but I mean, if you make it, and then after a while, I was like, screw it. I want to make it. I like it. I really like these characters. I like the story. I want to make the comic. I mean, if it's, people are going to say what they're going to say. And after a while, you just got to say, I don't care. I want to make it.
That's right. There were, when I was looking through your website, I seen that you've been that's what something I'd seen was that you've been doing this for a while. Like,
yeah.
As a like a webcomic thing.
Yeah.
Right?
I think we've been going for like, what is it? Like 6-7 years, maybe even a little longer than that. I don't know. I kind of lost track because this has just been a thing I do for so long. Like while like I said, I was doing other comics, and then I'd work on Cloud Scratcher, and then I just started focusing mostly on Cloud Scratcher. No, because that's not true. Well, I focused mostly on Cloud Scratcher, and then there were a couple other comics I was working on. There was the one Indiegogo that didn't work out, and I was going to do another one. And then I don't know what spurred me to do it, but I sort of Hail Married to Vivid with Cloud Scratcher.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, man, let's try this. And then they went for it, and then here we are. So I guess, it was a good Hail Mary. I still want to do my other comics, though. I got like so many comics that I want to make. So this is sort of hopefully a first step to not only future Cloud Scratcher releases, but being able to put out those other comics of mine as well.
Yeah. Yeah, this will hopefully get you like an audience on the crowdfunding sites and everything.
Yeah.
Get you the foundation.
Yeah, fingers crossed, because I got a bunch of books on it.
Thank you, Kevin. Mr. Kevin Markey.
Oh,
hey,
the
Kevin. First pages went up May 2012. Woo!
Oh, yes. Woo, it has been a while. My God. 9 years. We're going on 10 years soon. Holy man.
Yeah,
I didn't even realize. Didn't even feel that long. I'd
seen under Cloud Scratcher art, I'd seen a picture. It said 2013 on it. And I was like, wow, he's been working on this for a while.
Yeah, you can tell, too.
Definitely a passion project.
If you look at the early pages and look at now, because like I said, this was a foreign art style for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to learn it more and more and more, because I generally do a more detailed and realistic style. So I had to do like cartoony and make it like animated looking. And there was it took some figuring out. I mean, you could tell just like from that little, if you scroll down, that little picture of the two main kid leads there, Felix and Ixia, and you compare that to the way they look on the rewards on the right. Like, cause that the ones on the right, those were recent. You know, I drew those for this. And if you, and in that little image there, just the two of them, not the one under impact, but yeah, that one right there. That's from the earlier pages. That's like from what's in this book. So you could see just how I've kind of figured it out more and more of getting this animated Disney look.
Yeah, that's something I've always liked about these like indie, these crowdfunding things is a lot of times I see the same artist. I'll see an artist do a comic book for this thing. I see him over here doing this project next and this one, and you just see his art improve with every book. Like Ibai Canales, I've got a lot of his books. And I can pick up a book from like a few years ago, and then pick up a book that he just did, and it's like, wow, look at how far he's progressed as an artist. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, if you keep drawing and keep drawing and keep drawing, and you're serious about it, you like kind of have to improve. It's just sort of, I guess, comes natural. Like it's just a natural progression of doing it over and over and over and over and over and over, and just noticing things, and this aspect of it gets easier, and this aspect of it gets easier. I feel like you still have to challenge yourself. Like you can't just draw the same guy over and over, the same thing over and over, because then that's just a pattern. But if you're like trying, and then you just keep on, and just things become natural, things get easier, and you start figuring stuff out that was like more of a challenge than it used to be.
Yeah, I now with this campaign, you said it was being done handled by Vivid, so I assume there's going to be a lot of like goodies that you can get. And
yep, if you click each of those rewards, actually it lists what you get, and the ones further down, see that one you just get digital copy and in the desktop wallpaper. But this, and you get that one, you get the hardcover. And then that one, I believe, that's the hardcover, and you get some bookmarks and stickers. And then further down, I believe, which one's that again? Because that's the stickers. Oh yeah, you get the pin with that one, and the signed print too, and the signed hardcover.
Yeah.
And then that one, that's got the real good goodies. That's why it's so expensive.
We're getting into
you get a handmade pillow plush of either Felix or Ixia, and a 3D printed and a 3D printed figurine.
Oh wow. Now, do we have any like previews of those, of the figurine or the pillow plush?
Let me. The figurine is very early. Like very very early, but it's basically actually that image right on your screen is a pretty good indicator of what it's going to be. It's going to be Ixia doing that, like her fighting pose there. Just going to have a different expression on her face, but yeah, it's essentially what the figurine's going to be. Like I said, right now it's very 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 early. So I still have to talk with the guys about like its proportions, and the expression, and I think even the one I saw, she didn't have, because she normally, I don't think it's any of those pictures, but she's got the Cobra spectacle pattern on the back of her hood, so that's got to that's also got to get set on the figurine. So the figurine is like super super early. Literally, what they showed me was just a proof of concept, like, hey, look, this is kind of what it's going to look like, and then from there, now that the campaign's succeeded and we know everything's going to get made, the next step is fulfillment and hashing that out. So I'm working on the cover art. I actually just finished the front cover. I posted it on my Baier Works account. And next I'm working on the back cover and the spine, so I got to get the dimensions of the spine. So we're not sitting and waiting and counting the money. As soon as it was a success, production began. So you folks out there that already paid or they're looking to pay, you're going to get your money. Get your money's worth, I should say. You get what you pay for.
Let me check my chat here and see what they're saying. Pale Riders. Oh no, Pale Riders here. Pale Rider, aren't you? I thought you were going to be at that other chat or other stream. Gosh dang it! Don't stop with the Thigh Master Heist. Get the, gosh dang it, Pale. Shut up.
Can't skip leg day.
Oh Lord. And then Johnny Cage is here as well. Oh great, both of them are here. He says, and don't do crack. Crack stunts your artistic growth. I don't know.
I can imagine. Yeah.
Cody, are you hashtag crack pack?
I don't know what that means, but something tells me I should say no. So I'm gonna go with no.
Okay, you're straight edge like Johnny. All right.
I'm a good boy. I'll do nothing.
That's probably good. That's good. Oh my. But yeah, how many pages is this?
Let me see if I can remember. So it's the entire first and second story arc called episodes. God, I think we hashed how many? Around 200 pages. I think it's only slightly less than 200, but not that much less. And that's just a rough estimate. We had the numbers when we were crunching the numbers, because it's going to be all the pages plus there's going to be some extra content. There is a short sort of lore bomb story that was previously exclusive to patrons that's going to be in there, as well as some extra artwork.
Oh, okay. So you have a Patreon as well?
Yeah, it's on the Cloud Scratcher site.
Now is that doing? Do you get a lot of traffic there?
Decent amount. Not a ton, not a little. Enough that there's a good chunk of people that I got responsibilities for. Because they get pages early, and I haven't been able to do it in a while, but there was like exclusive content there, and it's just been a matter of time. I haven't really had time to do much. When I did have time, I did exclusive little short stories on there. So those will probably get added to the feature books too. Like this one's gonna have. There was is like a reveal, like a small, like a short little comic that revealed some major stuff that will be revealed in the public version in the future. But basically, like if you're a patron, you were in the know in this little plot detail, and that's going to be in the hardcover as well, and then some extra artwork, some new, because there's a bunch of music references in the comic because I'm a big music nut. So all the chapter cover pages are, except for chapter 1, all the other chapter cover pages are parodies of album covers. So there's going to be a couple more album cover parodies in the book as well, and some other fun little artworks. And then of course the full episodes 1 and 2 are going to be in there too. So that's going to run around 200 pages.
Yeah, so that's going to be a thick book.
Yeah.
It's going to be a thick boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering about the Patreon because my fellow host here, Mr. Sim, who I don't know where he is. He's usually up at this time. I'm going to give him hell when I talk to him when he wakes up. But he's got a Patreon. He just started. He just started doing it and everything. So I was wondering if maybe you might know some ways of, since you're more experienced and everything, maybe you could have gave him some advice on what to do to get more attention on it and whatnot, get more people.
Yeah, just whatever you're doing that the Patreon is for, you just got to get your name out there with that and stay consistent. And then you got to stay consistent on the Patreon. Like, they're not going to tear your head off if you miss an update or two, but like every week, like I said with Cloud Scratcher, every week, once I finish a page, first thing I do, before I even send it to Kevin, who's my website guy, before I even send it to him, I post it on the Patreon because they get it early. So they're the first ones, like as soon as the page is done, it's on Patreon. There have been a couple times I forgot just because like I was on a time crunch, or when I finished the page, I was like deliriously tired. But 9.5 times out of 10, and that's if you're consistent enough, your patrons will forgive like a couple slip ups here and there. It's not gonna be a big deal. Mm-hmm. But that's the big thing, is just stay consistent, keep it going. Don't You know, if someone's paying you like a month, and if like you can't deliver, like, oh, you get sick or something, you got to keep them updated, either on Patreon or like have a Twitter. Just like, hey, can't make it, something happened. Hey, can't make it. I got the runs or whatever it is. You gotta just let them know. So like, if they're not gonna get what they're paying for, at least they know why. It's not just a mysterious like, hey, where's my stuff? I paid for stuff. I demand stuff. It was like, oh, stuff is coming. Here's an update on stuff. Be professional and considerate to the patrons.
Yeah, so it doesn't sound like it doesn't sound much different than trying to run like a Indiegogo or a YouTube channel, really.
Yeah, pretty much. It's content creation. It's all
Yeah.
sort of under the same umbrella of, do's and don'ts.
Well, let me see. Mr. Kevin Wergy says, just like the Reagan years to say no. J.K. says he's Dan to Dan to Dan Danny. Yeah, I'm going to bring up the website too at it. Let me see. Because you got your own website, which I've always said I think everybody eventually should want to do their own website, and find a way to sell their books, maybe outside of Indiegogo or something.
Yeah. Or like, since this is basically a webcomic, it's got to have the website to read the webcomic. And I don't like a lot of those. I don't have like a personal stuff like webtoons and stuff. I don't like a personal gripe with them.
Mm-hmm.
I would just rather have my own site with my own control, where I could put like all the cool little stuff you see on the edges and little pages and stuff, instead of just being locked into whatever kind of bloggish format a lot of these other sites have.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, then there's the matter of it's a little harder to get traction because like something like Webtoon has an audience of people that are there for the Webtoons.
Yeah.
So when you have your own website, you got nothing. You got to start from scratch and get the word out.
Yeah, I mean that is like one of the things we like with Kickstarter. You go there, they've got like a lot of audience there you can tap into. It's already there.
Yeah.
If you can kind of get that audience for yourself and then create your website or whatever and bring them over. Like I just feel like it would be, if you could get that established audience and get away from like the crowdfunders, then they won't get that cut out of your sales.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Hey, you got a store here. Let's see.
Yeah, so that's the old book. I think we might be taking that down. So the original volume 1 was a print on demand deal, and it was just episode 1.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're crowdfunding here is the it's episode 1 and 2 with a proper hardcover.
Okay.
So this is more like a simpler print on demand thing. So if anybody get on this soon, because when the hardcover is ready, this goes away. That gonna be a collector's edition.
Yeah, it's gonna be a rare collector item.
Yeah, because it's gonna be gone
when Cloud Scratcher becomes like a big hit show.
I'm too much of a I think I'd butt heads with studios too much for this to be like, people will talk about like, what would you do if this was an actual cartoon? Like, I know what I'd do, and that's the thing, because the minute a studio tells me no, I'd cancel the project.
Done. I'm out.
Yeah.
Leave it.
Well, also like
doing it my way.
Not only that, too, but like the brand is important, So if they, we want to change this, we want to hire so and so because we got it. Nah, you ain't messing with my baby, and then people see my characters and think of something else than what I intended for them. So like, that's why I don't think Cloud Scratcher could ever be a cartoon, just because the nanosecond that the studio wanted to do something to it, it was like, oh, show's over, everybody go home.
Yeah, somebody's trying to mess with your designs.
Shredding the contract. Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care about the money, because as soon you give me $100,000, but then torpedo the public name of something I made, and now I can't make that anymore. It's like, well, I got $100,000 to never work on this thing I like again.
Yeah. So I don't know if you answered this already, but the you said that this was the original. You're doing a newer one now. It's gonna be like a hardcover and everything. So are the older pages gonna be kind of like remastered, or are
A little
they
bit,
gonna
yeah.
stay?
So the older pages are remastered on that collection there. Oh, there's your
Mhm.
co-host. Um, the
That's it.
there will be further remastering on this hardcover.
Okay.
The remastering on that one, it was both simple and extensive because basically I took the old artwork, touched it up to match the way later pages look, and but I didn't, and I only redrew some stuff, but there's other stuff I want to redraw for the hardcover because like I get that people are like I want to see how you developed and everything, but like I have the mindset of you're paying for this, it has to be a professional quality, and there are a couple bits and pieces here and there. Like I'm not going to redraw the whole thing and gut it, but there are a couple
Mhm.
bits and pieces here and there where I'm like, no, this has to be fixed. I can't look at this. This is just not up to snuff.
Mm. Okay, so you're not going to be like my newly arrived co-host and redraw the same project like 3 times.
2 times? Don't add
Well,
an
give
extra one.
give it some time, and you'll make a third. Go
I,
through
I
it.
I got new pages to do plus the additions to the book. I just don't have the time to add everything to redraw everything. And there is also a Redbubble store. We got some merch. The one there specifically the Heart Cobra shirt that Ixia wears a lot. Just made it like an actual shirt.
Okay.
And yeah, that's the upside of having your website. Do like I see you got the gallery, you got the character page,
Mhm.
a nice archive, all that stuff, and you can't really do that on a on like a webtoon type thing. So it's still we're still we just recently migrated the website to a new format. So there's a little like rough things here and there, like you see like the text is sort of bleeding over. So we're still working on that. We're still ironing out. We literally just switched over to this to like sort of a new, I don't know if you say format, but the site was coded differently before.
Yeah.
And then we moved it over to a new thing. So there are still some rough patches we're working on. While we get everything set up and ironed out, polished, basically.
So, Mr. Sam, glad to see you joined us.
My pleasure. I'm sorry. But I was
Better
having
be.
supper and then, I didn't see your link until, having an internet issue.
You're gonna have a Chris issue in a minute.
Oh, yeah? How come?
Smack you around a little. Oh, Lordy.
Yeah.
For some reason earlier, Sim,
Hmm.
Pale Rider was trying to get me to sing in another stream earlier.
Oh, yeah? And what did he want you to sing?
I don't know. I don't
Maybe
know
you
what he was
you really
doing.
liked it when you sang Happy Birthday to Red.
Maybe
Maybe
it
that's why I was
moved
trying
him.
to get you, yeah.
Let's see. Kevin Markey was saying earlier, he said, what Cody's talking about is the reason I have a love-hate relationship with platforms like WordPress or Joomla, and why I always opt to build sites from scratch.
Yeah, because like you're stuck on their format and not like you. If I wanted like a characters page, something like that, I can't really do that. And by the way, clicking on each of those does bring up like a bio. It's actually
Oh,
pretty
okay.
neat little
Oh, yeah, look at that.
little thing we got set up there. I do want to try to get it the way we had before. We're kind of faded in on the
Mm-hmm.
old thing, but again, like we're migrating.
Yeah.
Everything's kind of bare bones right now, but we're gonna be, like I said, polishing up, prettying it up.
Well,
Over
I'll
time.
say that this website so far is a lot better than some of them I've encountered. I was like a long while back, like some years ago, I had joined like this little fan site thing,
Mhm.
and it was like you pay a couple bucks a month for it or something. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'll try it out, see what it's like. And man, the website was so bad. You had to log in like 2 or 3 times just to get into it. Then you finally get in, and it's like really bare bones, and you had to make like a little profile, and nobody talked in it. It was just terrible.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And even like I canceled the whole account and everything, and I even went through my bank to cancel like the $2 a month after like a little while because I was like, this is a waste of my money. And they were still sending me emails and everything. Like I was still like, part of it for like a year or 2 years. I'm like, what are you doing? Come on.
Yeah, you stayed on their mailing list.
Like, come on, man. It was like this person just posted a thing in this forum. I'm like, how are you this bad? Oh, there's another troublemaker. There's Miss Lola. Let's see.
So this is a book on Kickstarter,
No,
Indiegogo.
Indiegogo.
Patreon.
Come on now, Sam.
I'm asking. I just walked in.
It's Indiegogo. It's right there on the
Yeah,
the
also
banner.
says, also says Patreon on the right.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah, he has a Patreon as well.
Cool.
yeah for the comp because it's a web comic, and then we just had on Indiegogo a crowdfund for hardcover volume 1. And we have hit our goal, and like I said before, we're in demand now. So if you want a copy, you can still get it, and you are guaranteed to get it because we hit our funding goal.
Let me
And
bring it up for the new folks.
Yeah.
Congrats.
and the in demand will end once we begin printing. So get you on board now, because once it starts, the orders stop.
Yeah, you remember Vivid, don't you, Sam?
Yep.
Yes, they're working with him on this one.
Yeah, Vivid are my publisher. They're taking care of the grunt work for the campaign, and they do good job. They do good job. They do a good job. They do good work. So
They do good job.
they do good job. They good.
Are you the writer on this game?
Yes, real good endorsement of our writing skills. Like, they do good job.
They do good job.
Me do good. Write, make character talk.
I write good.
I just make things go look pretty and go boom.
Me write all the dialogue.
I good with words.
It looks cool. It looks like an anime.
Yeah, it's inspired by the cartoons I grew up with back in the 90s. So it's like Disney Afternoon, Don Bluth, stuff like that, like Bucky O'Hare, stuff like that.
Yeah, Bucky O'Hare. I love that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
trying
he
to capture.
He started naming off things, and I'm like, yeah, Sim likes all that.
Yeah, it's like I wanted to feel like if you were a kid back in the 90s, you could have sat down and watched this back in the day. Like this could have aired on a cartoon block, could have been after school or Saturday morning. You're sitting on the floor with your bowl of cereal, sitting in front of the TV, and then this could have been one of the shows on that cartoon block. And I didn't want to like copy anything. I didn't want to reference like, oh, look, this character is supposed to be like this show. Like, no, I just wanted to capture like the deeper feel of these shows, like with the adventure and the crazy characters and the good villains and all that stuff. So like this feels like it could have been another one of those shows. Like, not like, oh, it's just like that thing I remember. It's like you watch this, you read this, and you feel like you're a kid on Saturday morning again. And if you didn't grow up in that era, you could still enjoy it because it's just a damn good story with damn good characters, if I do say so myself. So there's something in it for you, even if you're not from that era. You can still get like kind of the feel of like what it was like to be watching cartoons back then. Because like it's like a 90s cartoon adventure, just a good family friendly adventure.
Mm-hmm.
You like grown-ups can enjoy, kids can enjoy it. There's something for everybody.
Yeah, it'd be a nice one to get your kids for sure.
Yeah, it's not sanitized, but it's appropriate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you got bad guys with guns, so, but it's not, ain't no one cussing. It's not a lot of gore, not a lot of raciness. You know, it's actually the one thing that I don't do that cartoons did back then is how saucy they could get back then, because I'm already walking a tightrope with the anthropomorphic characters with the whole furry thing, so I don't need to get into that territory. Is already, you know, precarious. So, but otherwise, like basically, if it would fly back then, it's in the comic.
Let me check the chat here. We have Mr. Fisk with us. He says, "Hey everyone." Hello, other Chris. Pillar says, "Does your guest know your red dress history?" I don't know. And if you want it recounted, you know the drill, Pale Rider. There has to be a backing. We need to get a sugar rush before we tell people things. That's how this works.
Don't worry, it's not a furry thing.
Red dress history. Do I want to know? That's the question.
You probably don't.
But you will probably enjoy it, though.
That's why we need a backing to make it worth your while to suffer through it.
Dude, we need to do the red dress thing in Valheim.
I don't think we can.
Sure we can.
Let's see. What are conjunctions? Crunk, no, like articles.
What are function?
Lola says she makes tiny humans. What's my superpower?
Planting those little humans.
Yeah. Planting the seed upon which things will grow. Mr. Fisk says, "Who's a good boy? The writer is a good boy." Yes, he is.
Good boy. That's why I made a comic with dog people in it. I just wanted someone to call me a good boy.
Lola wants to know if this is a furry book. She wants to know because if it is, she will back it.
It's not like furry, but if you're a furry, you'll probably dig it because it's based on 90s cartoons, and that's basically what created the furry fandom.
He makes a good point. He ain't wrong.
Hashtag
blame Gadget.
You know, well.
I mean, she did get a cult, so
I know, right? Her and what was the name of the one in Space Jam? Lola, I think.
Oh, Lola Bunny, yeah. Well, Lola Bunny didn't get a cult.
Yeah, I know.
She actually got an actual cult.
Well, that's
still to this day.
Yeah, still operating. If you're furry inclined, it's got animal people, all kinds of crazy designs, so you will dig it. And if you're not a furry, you'll still dig it because it's just a good. I want to say good show. It's not a show. It's supposed to feel like a show, but it's not actually a show.
Well, it's just got a wide array of characters here.
Yeah, that's the big poster with like a lot of the major characters that have debuted thus far or debuting soon. That was the
over here.
So it's all
like a pimp.
There's no humans at all in there, right?
Yeah, that is a guy actually is debuting in the current story arc, and I have been chomping at the bits to debut this guy. He's one of the major villains.
Got a rainbow coat, got a pimp hat on.
He's a mantis shrimp.
Nice.
Because they're known for their punches is one of the reasons I had to have one. Since mantis shrimp are super have all the crazy colors on them and they almost use the colors on their body to communicate and everything. So I was like, well, since they're so flamboyant looking and they hit hard, pimp guy with a superpower, supersonic punches, I guess. I don't know how you describe it, but he hits really hard with his hands and he's dressed very flamboyantly. I felt like that was the best way to do a mantis shrimp character.
Do you remember? Do you know the snapping shrimp?
The
one that snaps his right claw, and it's like a gun.
That's a mantis shrimp. That's him.
Yeah, that's the same. Okay.
Yeah. It's a little zoomed out, so I don't know if you can see his little mantis shrimp antenna on there, but he's got coming out the sides of the hat with the rainbow pimp coat. There's like a prism. It's like a prismatic coat.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the fish it's like a fish that can like smack its head so hard it can like do like a bunch of damage, something like knock a person unconscious or
I
something.
think I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
that's one.
about. Oh, is it the same one?
But that's
you
the one
thinking-
I was telling you. It's called the snapping shrimp. It's called also called the gun shrimp.
There's like a fish that can like like jam its head upwards or something. If you get hit by it, it'll like knock you unconscious.
Oh
I
yeah.
think I know what you're talking about, but I can't remember what it's called. Like I think I saw it once. I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah. But yeah, I try to like look up different kinds of crazy animals that I could base characters off of. So I feel like that's just more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like make a wider cast of characters. Just like look up. Like I am kind of a hack, so if an animal is poisonous, they're probably going to be a villain. But like even little things like because the Empire, it's all snakes. So like particularly nasty poisonous snakes are like higher ranked, make bigger villains.
Well, that
And
makes sense. I mean,
and
it
of
keeps
course-
it kind of simple.
Yeah.
to
And of
pick
course
up
the
on
Emperor.
for
And of
kids.
course the Emperor is a king cobra because I am a hack.
Are the lizard in the between?
I'm working on because I want to do some lizard folks, but I'm trying to figure out like where to put them. I do have a couple. Like there's going to be a chameleon spy character in like a later story arc. I'm still kind of designing him, but that's one that I have planned. But I'm still working on that. There's just so many animals and there's so many options for character designs and stuff you can make. Just like kind of looking up a character, like what is this? I mean, looking up an animal, like what does this animal do that I can interpret as a character? You know, like if you see him with a big creepy grin, that's like the golden poison dart frog guy, and like they're the most poisonous animal on Earth. So I think it's a little evil, like extra evil scientist that makes poisons. So it's like not only the poisonous thing, like poisonous animals end up being bad guys, but they so poisonous that he's all about making poisons. And he's a creepy, creepy evil doctor. Because I don't know if you've ever seen a gold poison dart frog up close. There are some creepy looking some bitches.
the main, I guess the main villain for this campaign, right, is the man in blue.
Yeah, that's Borzak.
One
He's
eye.
sort of like he's like the recurring villain that the good guys deal with most of the time. He's like an Imperial commander that's like stationed in the region that the good guys are at. So he's the one they deal with the most. He's not like the highest rank guy, but he's the one that's like generally our heroes are foiling his plans. And
Okay.
he's got the bigger, scarier dudes up above
Yeah.
him that he answers to.
No, I was wondering who the character below him is because every shot he looks smug and full of swagger.
Yeah, that's Narkethanes. That's his like his second in command. So like he's got his own squadron, the Silver Vipers, and then Narkethanes there, he's the captain of the Silver Vipers.
Okay.
So he's like so you got Borzak, he's like the cartoon psychopath. He's like, screaming, he's very animated, very crazy. Wants to take whatever the most violent of all the choices presented to him, whatever one ends up killing the most people, that's the one he wants. And then his second in command is like the sort of more level head to remind his boss that may want to rethink things, that kind of thing.
Okay.
But he's got the charming facade, but deep down he's just as much of a POS as his boss.
He just rolled higher on his charisma.
Yes.
Let's see. Mr. Fist says, "Hey Wayne, did you ever find Bugs Bunny attractive when he dressed up like a girl bunny?" What? Whoa, what?
That's from something and I don't remember what, but I do remember that. That's like that was a bit from something.
Yeah, it's in the movie. I just can't put my
Are
finger
you
on it.
asking Cody this? Are you asking the guest?
No, that's why he said Wayne. It's from a movie.
Oh.
Yeah. I think was that Wayne's World? I want to say it was Wayne's World because it's Wayne. It sounds like a Wayne's World line, but I could be wrong.
It says, "Oh, I'm going to spread the red dress Lori." Oh, I know you are. You already got that shirt you're wearing. Chris Evans loves red lace and heels bigger than D. Well, I mean, at least when you say Chris Evans, they'll think the actor. So that's good.
Oh Lord, did you lose a bet? That's kind of what he is, yeah.
There
Supersonic
you go.
pin slap.
Supersonic pin splat. I was waiting for you to get there. Yep.
Yep. That's essentially this character.
A shrimp pimp smash. Yep.
He's a mantis shrimp pimp.
Johnny says snakes get a bad rep because of Orochimaru.
They get a bad rep because people think they're poisonous killer. I mean, some of them are poisonous killer, but some of them are just smiling friends. That's kind of what I wanted to go into with this, because, like I said, snakes are my favorite animal, and they never really got any love in the old '90s cartoons.
Mm-hmm.
And I did kind of like I don't want to say explore. I didn't really want to explore. I just thought it was a neat thing that I could play off, that you have dangerous, nasty snakes, and then you have good friend snakes, I guess.
I don't know. I don't trust snakes.
They're good boys. They just want to wrap around stuff and swallow eggs.
I had too many of them running around the old house. Always had to get the shovel.
Well, depending on what kind of snake it is, if it's not poisonous, you might actually want to keep it around because they're probably eating pests. If you got a snake in your backyard, you may never have to worry about having a rodent problem.
You see, it's true that the snakes never really got a good character. You know, the only one I can remember was in Alien Legion. The main character was a snake guy.
Yeah, and they like, because I said this earlier before you got here. Snake's my favorite animal. I mean, when I was a kid, I see these cartoons that have all these animal characters, and where's snakes at? Where are they at? Snakes are cool. Ain't nobody ever. There's like only been a couple. There was like Ka in the Jungle Book. There was that, and that one bad guy it was really cool, voiced by Tim Curry in that two-parter Tailspin, and then Disney's Robin Hood, and then it's like that was it. That's all the snakes you get, and only one of them was cool. So like, as a kid, I felt gypped. Like, where am I? I got all these other animals. Where the snakes at? So like when I say I'm gonna make a comic that's like the cartoons I grew up with, that was like the I'd say the biggest executive decision of something appealing to me is like I'm gonna put them snakes in it.
Let's see. Lola says she wants to see a Were Platypus comic.
I mean, someone out there, if you're watching.
Cody says if you pay him enough money, he can make that happen.
I don't know if I'd put a platypus character in Cloud Scratcher, only because I got so many other animals. I got such a backlog, I can only make so many characters.
He says reptiles are never alone. I don't know, dude. I had a water dragon, and it was pretty goddamn cool.
Yeah, man. Don't sleep on reptiles.
Jane Gage says, well, I don't want them near my eggs. Do you know how much chicken food costs?
My water dragon used to play fight with my pit bull. And they would both, like, I would walk in, like, they'd hear the keys in the door, right? I would open the door. You'd see the pit bull there with the wagging tail, and the water dragon next to him with the wagging tail.
My niece has lizards. That's the extent of my reptile pets. She's got a bunch of lizards. We got to feed and stuff, and the cats are fascinated by them.
Yeah, they are.
Of course, y'all gotta wonder if there's an ulterior motive behind that fascination. Like, are you interested or are you just hungry?
Yeah, it could be either one with them.
Cats pretty much want to eat anything that's smaller than them.
Yeah. Cats, they're cute, but they are predators, and they like to remind you. Come at you with a dead thing in their mouth.
Now you've been, you said that you've been doing this for quite some time. Obviously, you said so. This is going to be volume 1's going to cover the first 190 or so pages.
Mm-hmm.
So once you get this done, are you then going to be doing volume 2?
Well, that's what I'm kind of considering, because I also want, because like I said, I got a bunch of other comics I want to do too. So after this, I'm still going to be doing Cloud Scratcher on the website. But I would like to try another one of my comics first and then come back to Cloud Scratcher, because that'll also give me time to, make more material for a second hardcover. Then there will be a volume 2. And I've been thinking for volume, because there's only right now 4 story arcs, because the 4th one has been hella long. So, and it's nearing the end now. But, I couldn't do, episodes 3 and 4 for a while. But I was thinking, like, because part of the way I approach Cloud Scratcher with writing it is I think of it as if this was a show. And the stuff on the website is like someone recorded the important episodes, but like between them, like 1 and 2 are meant to be like a 2-parter. And then like between episode 3 and 4, let's say, there could have been like other episodic, adventure of the week stories that just didn't get recorded. So I'm thinking like for volume 2, I might do episode 3 that's on the website, and then like a unique story exclusive to the book. That's just another, adventure of the week that wasn't recorded on the website's hypothetical tape, but maybe it's on this book's tape. You know what I mean? And so that's also something I've been considering too. But definitely the next project I do would be another one of my comics, and then I'd dip back to Cloud Scratcher.
Okay. Yeah, I told him earlier, Sim, that you have a Patreon as well that you just started and you're trying to get going.
Yeah, I'm trying to do like a member exclusive type of webcomic to chapter by chapter. Trying something different.
Yeah. I mean, I'll just give a rundown of what I said before, because he's like, what I guess he was wanted me to give you some advice. I would just say consistency. If you miss once or twice, that's fine, but you got to keep that going. If it's a weekly update, if it's a monthly update, you got to keep that going every week, every month. And you got to get the word out there to get people interested. And then once they're interested and sub to your Patreon, you got to stay loyal to them, because they're paying you. So you owe them. They're giving you money.
Yeah, I started my Patreon a month ago. Right now I got 2 Patreon. I'm pretty happy with it. But yeah, I do know I need to go and start promoting it a bit more.
Yeah.
But I was still trying to figure out what I was going to do and how I was going to do it.
Yeah. Since you've talked to them before, I would say just ask some pointers from the guys at Vivid. They could probably give you some good advice. Because they definitely know what they're doing. Because here I am sitting on a successful crowdfunding campaign, and the last time when I tried one on my own, it crashed and burned. So clearly they knew something that I don't.
Yeah, those folks over at Vivid seem to have a lot of experience with these sort of things.
Yeah.
When we had them on, they had a quite impressive campaign going on.
And they're part of the Indie Comic Showcase that's on Amazon right now. That's one of the things I'm doing with Steve Dye, is that we're putting together which we're hoping to make twice a year, right? So it's remember the samplers that you used to get from Top Cow, a bit like Preview, or they used to send you like a comic sampler.
Yeah.
You pay 99 cents and you have like 5 samples in it.
Yep.
So I decided to use digital medium to do the same thing. So right now we have it's called Red Label Indie Comic Showcase, and it's 270 page, 23 different titles in it, and one of the Vivid books, Dreamweaver, Dreamcatcher, or something like that, I think it was. Yeah. And we put it on Amazon. So the idea is to try and get as much people aware of Indiegogo and all the different projects that are on there, so they can, because a lot of people don't even know about Indiegogo crowdfunding, but a lot of them are not happy about the comics that they're getting sold. So trying to get more eyes.
Yeah, well, that's good. Because if people aren't happy and you can give them something to make them happy, that's what you want. Got to fill that.
And for anything that's indie comics or crowdfunding, we need visibility. The problem is visibility. It's not a limited pie. It's not a limited amount of buyers. We just need to get out there, because most people don't even know. Like, you'll go to your neighbor and tell them, do you know what Indiegogo Kickstarter is? They'll go, no. We need to fix that. Because they don't even know there's comics there, that there's board games. So go.
Yeah.
Yeah, so please do go check this one out, people. 190 pages. That's quite a bit.
190
And a
plus.
hardcover.
Because 190 is
100
just because that's just episodes 1 and 2.
And
That's
I'm
not
pretty
including the extra
Oh,
bits.
the
And
extras you were
I'm
saying.
pretty
about.
sure it was already sold, but it's a hardcover, right? You said, I think.
Yeah,
There's no softcover edition, right?
not at the moment.
And
Yes.
you said that there wasn't. You don't have like a preview of the hardcover yet.
No, we're
You
right.
look up
The only preview we got right now, I just posted the cover. The like because I just finished the cover art like what was it, a few days ago? I think it was a few days ago. Let me see if I can. Excuse me, if I can pull it up. There we go. Here's the tweet. I'll post it in the private chat here. Yeah, that's good. That's the cover art. I tried to imitate the look and style of, if you remember back in the day, the Disney Afternoon, they would have those VHS compilations. Like they have 2 or 3 episodes on a VHS.
Mm-hmm.
And they would have that. The covers always kind of had that look to them. So I tried to imitate that look. And
Yeah,
then,
like action hour or stuff like that.
Yeah. Like it'd have that border and the coloring and the line work always had that look to it. And then I'm gonna try for the back cover to do the same thing. So I got some plans for that to try to imitate that look. But yeah, I wanted to, if the book was thicker, I wanted to do a thing like those VHS cases where they had that little hole for your thumb to grab the VHS and pull it out.
Yep.
So you could see the VHS. I was thinking of doing something like that to just like put like a photo kind of image of a VHS on there. So it looked, but it's not wide enough. I can only go so gimmicky with this.
Yeah, it's a nice cover. Looks like this gentleman is the worried type, where she is the confident one.
Because she's like an escaped super soldier, like a child super soldier. So she could do all the crazy action stuff, but he's just a regular kid. He's like mechanic. That's Felix is a mechanical genius. So and he's very eccentric, but he is a regular kid still. Whereas Ixia, that's the girl, she's got all the crazy physical exceeding the physical limitations type stuff she can do. So that's sort of the dynamic between the two, is that he's very eccentric, but a little more, I guess, grounded in reality. Whereas Ixia's got her own sort of personal problems, because she was taken by the Empire as a kid and turned into a super soldier, but she could do the physical action stuff, and then the two sort of lean on each other in various different ways.
She's more brawny and he's more brainy. Yeah,
and then I guess like he's sort of her emotional stabilizer, I guess. So they've got that kind of dynamic, and what's one of the recurring things is that these two sort of grow off each other, and since they're kids, there's that innocence to the both of them, and it also fits with the '90s thing where you got the kid main character, because you'd either have a kid main character or a kid would be in the cat. You know what I mean? Like they've got the kid companion or something like that, if not the main character. So it's also fitting in with the '90s cartoon aesthetic.
Yeah, it makes sense, since that's your target audience. You'd have something in the main cast that would be, something as a, what do they call it, like a substitute for the audience.
Yeah, the audience surrogate. Yeah. So it sort of fits in with that. But again, since it's not just for kids, it's for older audiences, they do have sort of a I guess I don't want to use the phrase emotional dynamic, but let's just go with that because it's simpler. They've got a character arc to them that's worth following, instead of just, hey, they're kids, here's their shtick.
Yeah.
That's kind of a recurring thing throughout the comics. It's sort of the things that appeal to older readers and the things that appeal to younger readers. Readers got the colorful characters with all the crazy action and everything, and then for older readers, there's all kinds of plot and intrigue and character arcs and stuff. Because like even with all the wacky, you know, the I guess the evil plans of the sillier villains, like the villains above him and the villains above them, have some deeper stuff going on, and like what are they planning? What are the big events leading to that?
So it's more all ages with some jokes that the adults will get in a
Yes.
way, and the kids will get in another way.
Yes, exactly. Like grown-ups are gonna like this aspect, kids are gonna like this aspect, and there's stuff that everybody is gonna like. That's sort of what I'm going for, because I don't want to just make something for kids and then like if you're grown up you don't get anything out of it. Like if you're an older reader, you're gonna get wrapped up in the story and like what's going on with some of the mysteries and the lore and everything, and then hand it to the kid and they're just gonna like the bright, colorful characters and the action and flying in the planes and swinging on the vines and all that crazy stuff. And the explosions and everything. The very first page is an explosion, just because you gotta grab somebody at the beginning. So instead of just like in the world of Cloud Scratchers, just something's going on. Who are these characters? What is this mysterious thing going on? Kaboom! Something blows up. Grabs your attention.
That's how
Yeah.
you do it.
Yeah.
So-
You gotta pull them in.
From the very, very beginning, you get characters and action. So you're entertained from start to finish.
Well, look, there's that horror radio guy.
Oh, what's up?
About time he came around.
You know,
I'm not a nerd. You're a nerd. Ugh.
yeah, the
Good.
guy goes with horror radio. How nerdy is that?
Yeah, don't let horror radio fool you. He's more of a nerd than all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, Chip, did you see? I was sitting here. Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. But I seen an article. Apparently, somebody that was completely dressed up as a ninja with a katana, apparently attacked like some special forces group at a base or something.
Really?
They were traded? Yeah.
Some dude dressed as a ninja. True story. Some dude dressed as a ninja, wielding a katana, attacked some special forces officers that were training in an airport in California. Allegedly, he walked up to the first soldier and said, "Do you know who I am?" And when the guy said no, he just slashed him. And the crazy part is the ninja won. The special forces officers had to huddle in like an airport hangar or something, and then he got away.
Get the fuck out!
Yeah, I read the article. It said like they all ran into like a barracks or something in the airport and called for the police and stuff. And he was like kicking the doors and everything for a little while, and then he left and took off. I'm like, what?
Fuck.
I'm like, how is there like a bunch of you guys and you all ran and hid? Like, why didn't you just like shoot him?
Oh, tase him or something.
He's using his shadow arts to like dodge all their attacks.
Intimidation level way up.
They're like, oh god,
It's IRL. It's IRL Gray Fox.
Oh boy.
They're like, oh god, a ninja run.
The fact that he won is the
The
best
bullets
part.
are useless against him.
The fact that he won and he remains at large was never caught.
He blended into the shadows and disappeared.
It's funny, we don't even hear about this that much. I didn't even hear about it.
Yeah, I was scrolling through something and seeing the news article. I was like, what the? I'm like, what? I'm like, how does this happen?
Dude. Some people need more training, I guess.
Well, I mean, they were doing it. They were training.
I guess they failed the training.
Yeah, I guess they just weren't finished.
We'll find out that was the test.
Yeah,
You guys failed.
you failed
No
the final
froze.
test. You couldn't take on a ninja.
You could not defeat the sharpened superior Japanese steel.
It's like slinging shurikens at him.
descending from the ceiling. There is no escape.
Blue dart.
It's so fucking hilarious. Sorry.
Oh,
Ah, a ninja. Okay.
yeah,
IRL ninja.
that blows my mind.
This is a new level of comedy. Dude.
Oh man, let me see.
The epic airport ninja.
Yeah. You will not touch me.
Let me see.
I guess that's what we need to do if you don't want to get that when you go through custom. Bring your swords.
Or just, smoke bomb your way through to skip all the airport security. Just repel from the ceiling.
Like show me your passport and you take out the sword. You sure? Are you sure?
This is my passport, and you just vanish into the shadows.
Yeah. They're like running your bags with a metal detector, and it's just loaded with katanas and shurikens and stuff. They're like, "Can you explain this?" And you're just like, "Ninja vanish!" Smoke bomb, just disappeared like the wind.
Dude, that's why we need to respect the elders. Old school is best school, Yes.
Hurry says, "I'm not around much because there's just so much boredom I can take from watching you guys." Hey, wasn't he supposed to be DMing?
He was. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be so boring if that had actually happened. So I don't want to hear it, horror radio.
Called out.
Mm-hmm.
Lazy bum.
But you're just talking because he stopped working on this channel.
Ooh. You got told.
You okay?
Let me see.
Uh-oh.
I haven't slept today.
Oh,
At
jeez.
all.
So I guess we're not gaming tonight.
Is this
I don't know,
is this
are we?
stream the end cap on an all nighter?
Yeah, normally I sleep because since I work, overnights and stuff, I usually sleep at like 1 or 2 p.m. Get up for this stream.
He was playing Valheim with Soul and
Oh no.
Dark Side.
Yeah.
The video game addiction strikes again.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they did not even invite me.
That's
Well,
shameful display.
considering I invited you to this and you were late,
Yeah.
Got him.
And why do I gotta invite you? Why don't you just join? Why don't you message? Come on.
Because I only found out you guys were playing because I told Mark to buy the game, and he sent me an invite to be friends, and I went to accept it, and I saw you guys online playing Valheim. I'm like, motherfuckers.
Like, I haven't seen you online to even message you. Yeah, I see Mark said about going and playing.
Yeah, you bought the game.
Good. Let's see. Jorge says he was never contacted about who was playing or when you guys were available. So he says, I've had a campaign ready to go for months now.
Yeah, mister. I just disappear and don't give anybody news.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I know. And by the way, if you were wondering why there was the word roast in our show.
I thought it was just coffee.
I could use some coffee.
Mm-hmm. Especially if you want to play after this.
God, if I drink coffee, I won't sleep at all.
Isn't that the purpose of drinking coffee? It's
well,
like
I gotta sleep sometime tomorrow. I gotta work.
I don't know.
I'll be asleep. I'll be up for like 48 hours or something. Like, no, it'd be 24.
Yeah,
I'd be up to 24 hours.
I work overnight too. Well, I work my day job. I work evenings, and then I do art stuff overnight. So I know how it is. Like you just conk out like when the sun's up.
Yeah. Yeah, like I'm super pale. And like I went to the apple harvest there on Saturday in the bright sun. So I'm super burnt.
Now you know where the vampire myths came from.
Hmm.
You knew.
All those like medieval peasants working overnight.
They must be children of darkness. I mean, in a way, yeah. That's why they call them children of the night.
Jorge says it's not his fault he has the big sad and needs to be medicated up to the eyeballs. He keeps missing the damn stream because he passes the F out.
The big side.
The big sad. Got the big sad.
Is your poor boy?
Oh man. But yeah, I do like the look of it. It does capture that what you were going for.
Yeah, that sort of '90s feel back in the day.
Where's the?
And now we got an echo going.
It's probably Sim. That damn Sim.
Sim, how dare you?
Why would it be me?
Cause it's always you.
Everybody else here got headphones.
I have headphones, yes.
Well then, oh no. Now I don't know what to believe.
Let's see. Is that our superhuman?
Yes, this is
Girl
after
there?
she that's shot from a more recent arc. She ran into some bad guys she couldn't take. She's getting rescued.
Oh, okay. Oh, one last thing I wanted to share with folks on the stream, because I know some people will be watching the replay.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get a sample before you commit to the Indiegogo campaign, you can go onto the latest pages here, and you can see some of his work.
If you go to the archive, that's how you can pick whichever page you want to start from. And
okay, yeah, right here. Yeah, so you can see some of the pages here this way and get an idea of what you're getting into.
See, that's where you can read the comic if you like it and you want to support it and you want to get that hardcover, get a nice physical copy of it for yourself and get all those extra goodies that are going to be in the hardcover. And you want to head on over to Indiegogo while the getting's still good, because like I said, once we start printing, it goes off in demand. So while we're still working on the, getting, like I said, I'm working on the covers and getting everything situated. This is your last chance. Get in now while you can.
We'll go ahead and we'll start to wrap this one up.
Alrighty.
So, let's see. We should do it like we did the old way. Sim.
Yep.
Last words.
Don't forget to sub, like, and share. 500 gets you a chance to win original art by yours truly. 1,000 sub gets Chris in a red dress and running in a red dress. Run in Louisiana. And don't forget to tell us on the Adverse is shipping this week. And keep your eyes out for that.
Look at how well he did those final words. So professional.
Thank you.
Mr. Cody.
Yes.
Your final words for today.
My final words. Again, if you like what you see or you just want to check it, if you're curious what you see and you just want to check it out, head on over to cloudscratcher.com. Whole comics there. You start from the beginning and read on, or start from wherever you want. If you want to just sample it, pick a random page, start from there. It's all up to you. It's all there for easy pickings. And then if you like it, the Indiegogo link's right there at the top of the page. And you just click that, and there you go. So hurry up on that now, because like I said a couple times, I'll say it again. Once we start printing, it goes off in demand. So you're gonna get it if you're not. Usually, you donate to an Indiegogo, it's still going. You wanna make it happen, but it might not happen. It's guaranteed. You're guaranteed to get it if you go for it now, because we met our goal. So if you pick one of those tiers, it's something you think you like. You're basically shopping because you're gonna get it. So get it now while you can.
All right. As for myself, I want to thank everybody for joining us. And word of advice: don't believe whatever panel writer tells you. Sim, what is this?
I was just showing that I'm working on Tales from the Adverse too. That's for the story of Little Whiny Murder Doll. Yeah, this is what I'm working on.
Not bad, not bad.
Alrighty. So thanks, everyone. We're going to close this one out. Our next show will be on the next morning race will, of course, be on Monday. And that should be, unless, what's today?
Oh, we don't have one Friday?
Wait, yeah, Friday. I got my days wrong.
Yeah, no.
I might do something on Wednesday or Thursday. I ain't decided yet.
Still my fault.
It's always your fault, Sam.
I know.
You distracted me and got me confused about the days.
I know.
All right. So we'll see y'all on the next one. Later.